Yo, what's up people? In this video, I want to talk about Phenibut because I've made a few videos about Phenibut, specifically Phenibut withdrawal and Phenibut dosage, and I still strangely get a lot of questions about Phenibut when in my mind it's perfectly clear like how to do it. But this video, I'm going to settle it once and for all, which I probably shouldn't do. I should probably like break this into like 5 different videos to milk like the Phenibut keyword, but I'm not going to do that. Or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, here's the question that I get from a lot of people. It really has to do with withdrawal and how often can I take Phenibut. And like all of these questions that I get that are comments on my videos are basically like, can I take Phenibut 3 days a week if I alternate the days? Or can I take Phenibut once a week? Or like questions like that, okay? And the reason that I am kind of laughing when I remembering these questions is because in pretty much every video that I have made about Phenibut, I think I've laid it out very clearly as to how you should be taking it in order to avoid withdrawal and in order to get the maximum benefit from it. But it's possible that I haven't done that, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so the first thing, let's talk about avoiding withdrawals. Okay, so the deal with Phenibut is that if you look pretty much on any forum or Reddit or anything like that where Phenibut is discussed, people will say not to take it every day because the general the common wisdom is like, don't take Phenibut every day because you'll get withdrawals, right? That's like how it's phrased, and people just kind of accept that because the potential downside of a withdrawal from anything is so powerful that nobody really wants to deal with that. So they kind of just take it at face value and don't really question that. When I first started taking Phenibut, having been an experienced substance tester, let's call it, I was like, what do you mean you can't take it every day? Why not? I'm going to try it, just, I don't know, whatever. I guess I'm just like that. Anyway, when I started taking it, I just started taking it every day. And I didn't experience any withdrawals. And the reason one would experience a withdrawal is if you stop taking it. Okay, think about it like this. Let's think about it like heroin. Okay, now obviously Phenibut is not as bad as heroin, right? You're not going to like, they're two completely different substances. If you do heroin every day, you're going to lose a lot of weight. You're going to look like shit. I don't know. I've never done heroin. I'm just assuming based on what I've seen heroin addicts looking like. But if you do heroin every day, you're not going to go through withdrawals unless you stop doing heroin, okay? Now, again, like I said, the difference between Phenibut and heroin is that Phenibut is not bad for you, okay? It's really not. Or, okay, fine, maybe it's a little tiny bit bad for you, but nothing even close to like heroin, right? I guess the negative side effects of Phenibut, you could make the argument that it's similar to benzodiazepines, which can make you a little bit stupid at high enough doses, but we'll table that for now. So anyway, the point here, get my notepad out, I wrote this down. All right, so that's why withdrawal happens, right? Is because you stop taking it. If you stop taking it, you will go through withdrawals. If you do not stop taking it, you will not go through withdrawals. So to answer all of your questions, can I take Phenibut 3 days a week? Can I take Phenibut every other day? Can I take 2 grams here and there? Regular dosing, okay? If you take Phenibut, you want to do regular dosing. That means every single day, okay? I know that's different than what everybody told you. I know that's like, people are already like writing their angry comments like, how dare you write that? I took Phenibut every day, 6 grams a day, and it ruined my life because I have absolutely no self-control and, period, exclamation point. No, take it every single day. Why? Because when you do irregular dosing, okay, which is like, oh, I feel like taking Phenibut now, I'm going to take some. You're setting yourself up, you're conditioning yourself to always take the drug, and it is a drug, to always take the drug when you feel like it. Okay, so if you feel like taking it 5 times in a day, guess what? You're going to take it 5 times in a day because that is how you're conditioning yourself to take it. However, if you do regular dosing, which is what I do, and you take the exact same amount every single day, then you're not setting yourself up for trouble, right? Because you're not, because the window for withdrawal, for experiencing withdrawal, let's say, is not large enough. It does not fit within that 24-hour time period. In other words, when you take the same amount every single day, you will not experience symptoms of withdrawal. However, the time spaced between the doses will still allow you to experience the benefits of Phenibut. Okay, so number 1, regular dosing. Okay, regular dosing. If you're going to take it every single day. with the one caveat to that being, if you're taking a small enough dose, that it doesn't really matter if you miss a day here and there. Like I would say, if you only want to take it, if you want to take it irregularly, don't go above 250 milligrams. I wouldn't even recommend that, but I'm just had to throw that in there. Okay. That's number one. Number two, how much should you take? I would say, now I take these on an empty stomach. Okay. I take all my supplements on an empty stomach. I eat one meal a day and I eat it at night, which means when I wake up in the morning and I take my supplements, it's on an empty stomach. I have an empty stomach throughout the entire day. Therefore, any substances that I take will get circulated in my bloodstream much faster. And I don't know if they hit you harder, but they just like, you feel them more, maybe because your body doesn't have to compete with, like the supplements don't have to compete with for absorption with other, food things or whatever. Anyway, I would not take any more than a gram a day. Okay, I'm 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. Like okay, if you're heavier than that, like I have a friend, he's about 230. He's like 6'3", maybe 230, 240. He takes more. He takes a gram and a half a day because he's got like 60 pounds on me. You understand? And he eats all day. So like, of course he's going to need to take a little bit more. But if you're about my size, I would say like a gram a day and you're golden. All right. The reason is because if you take too much, like the way that it works is that when you take Phenibut at a very low dose, you just feel very chill, right? You're very chill, very mellow. Once you get to about a gram, and this is just my experience, right? Once you get to about a gram, you start getting very loose, right? I like that really loose feeling because I think, disciplined enough to maintain the habits that I need to maintain to like live a functional life. But if you don't have those habits, you might just like sit around all day and play video games. But I like a gram. That's kind of the sweet spot for me because it allows me to be like loose socially, but still, but not too like inebriated, let's call it. Okay. So you don't want to take any more than that. And you want to take the same amount every single day. Okay. Don't like go up and down, because if you take a gram a day every single day and then the next day you take 2 grams, well, guess what? When you go back down to 1 gram, you might feel a little gross. Okay. Because you might experience relative withdrawal from that reduction in the dose. Do you understand? Probably won't be noticeable, but maybe it will. And who wants to deal with that? Not me. So what's my other point here? Take it every day. I already said that. All right. So finally, if you want to stop taking it, okay, all of you like irresponsible teenagers out there who like stole your mom's credit card and like ordered this drug online because it's legal and you want to get fucked up and take like 5 grams. First of all, don't. Second of all, if for some reason you decide to stop taking it, and if you take it for long enough, you probably will, like as great as Phenibut is, I'm speaking from my own personal experience again, as great as Phenibut is, I have experienced times in my life where I'm like, you know what, like this is cool to be like loose socially and like have everyone laugh at my jokes and just feel better about myself in general, but I would prefer to table that for now and sacrifice that in order to get that extra little bit of mental sharpness. Okay, you might experience something like that. You might not. I don't know. But if you do and you want to go off the drug, you need to taper. Okay, tapering, I've explained this before. I'm going to explain it again in case you haven't seen the other videos. Tapering, let's say you're taking a gram a day. Tapering just means reducing the dose very slowly. Okay, so tapering, if you're taking a gram a day, would mean, let's say today you take a gram, tomorrow you take 900 milligrams, the next day you take 800, then 700, 600, 500, 400. And the reduction in dose of only 100 milligrams per day is negligible. In other words, you are not going to notice it. You're not going to experience withdrawal symptoms from, whatever, like 100 milligrams less of the drug. It's just not going to happen. Like, you can argue with that if you want. Okay, you're an idiot. And to be fair, the same thing could be, you could make the same argument for smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol or shooting heroin, right? Just like do a little bit less every day. Side tangent, those, let's call them addictions, are very heavily stigmatized, so that, if you're addicted to heroin, nobody's going to be like, okay, just do a little bit less heroin every day. Or if you're an alcoholic, they're going to want you to quit cold turkey. Smoking cigarettes, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, I quit. I threw away all my cigarettes and like, I'm going to do this in the hardest way possible and just try and muscle through it. okay, you can do that, but the chances of that actually working are much less, as opposed to, let's say you smoke 20 cigarettes a day, right? If the next day you smoke 19, you're not going to notice a difference, right? And then you go 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, and then less than a month later you're down to 1 cigarette a day, and then you just stop smoking that 1 cigarette, because the difference between 1 cigarette and 0 cigarettes is virtually nothing. But 20 cigarettes and 0 cigarettes, that's a lot. That's like impossible. I don't know how people quit. I mean, I don't even like smoking cigarettes, but you get the idea. It's the same thing with alcohol. Okay, if you're, I don't know, how much do alcoholics drink? Like, I don't even know. I have no frame of reference for this, but it's the same idea. Okay, just taper, really. Okay, so like, hopefully that like clears up all of the questions that I've been getting on my other Phenibut videos about how often to take it, right? Let's summarize this. Okay, take it every single day. Take the same dose, the same size dose every day. Don't go above a gram. And if you want to stop, just taper. Okay, drop it down by 100 milligrams a day until you're not taking any anymore. Okay, be responsible. Don't slam like 3 grams a day until one day you just run out and you forgot to order more because you're too busy, whatever, hitting the bong and dropping acid to like remember to like re-up on Phenibut. Don't do that. It's not smart. Okay, so if you have any questions about Phenibut and Phenibut withdrawal, let me know. Leave me a comment. Even though I ripped on people for asking me questions, I still want you to ask questions and leave comments and boost the video a little bit. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.